We begin the bulletin with a tax revolt. Thousands of youth flocked Nairobi's Central Business District on Thursday in protest against the Finance Bill 2024. The protesters occupied major streets, overwhelming anti-riot police who eventually ran out of tear gas with their water cannons drying up. The protesters were determined to reach Parliament buildings where debate on the Finance Bill was taking place. At one point, they pushed back the police occupying the Governor's office at City Hall and the Supreme Court. Ben Kirui reports on the third day of protest against the Finance Bill that has woken up a generation to the threat of an unchecked executive despite the existence of a supposed independent parliament.
Thousands of protesters. Heavy sounds of tear gas canisters echoing through the streets. Water cannons positioned at the corner of every street within the CBD. And running battles are the chaotic scenes that characterized the third day of Anti-Finance Bill 2024 protests. At the top of their lungs, demonstrators stand out in large numbers, voicing their message to the police. They asserted their right to exercise their democratic right to picket peacefully without destroying property.
Please, William Ruto, angalia Mombasa, angalia kwako nyumbani Eldoret, angalia Nakuru, angalia Mombasa, all over. We, Gen Z, sisi ndo tumeamka and we are watching you MPs. Mumeshika handball na mtazidi kushika handball.
I'm very disappointed as a Kenyan and I'm here to fight. Tumechoka. We are doomed.
Please, if you mind about young people, if you don't want revolution to come in this country, don't vote that yes.
As time went by, the number of demonstrators grew and the protests escalated. Soon, all the major streets were occupied by protesters targeting Parliament buildings where debate on the Finance Bill was underway.
The streets of Nairobi have been taken over by thousands of protesters, overwhelming anti-riot police officers. Such a scene has never been witnessed before.
Police officers sought reinforcement as they were overpowered by the protesters. At one point, the water cannons ran dry, allowing the demonstrators to push back the police and gain access to the Governor's office at City Hall and the Supreme Court.
Gen Zs are unrelentless. The Kenyans are coming out in large numbers, irrespective of the numerous numbers of detonations that have been done on tear gas. We don't know how many people have been injured. We don't know how many people have since been arrested.
The cat and mouse game between the demonstrators and anti-riot police continued. Protesters seemingly immune to the tear gas, water cannons and pepper spray. They could be seen throwing tear gas canisters back at the police. Learners at the Catholic Parochial School along Cardinal Otunga Road bore the brunt of the protests after tear gas got into the school's compound. Teachers had to whisk them to safety in a common hall within Holy Family Basilica, abruptly cutting short their lessons, the sounds of tear gas terrifying for the pupils. The third day of Anti-Finance Bill 2024 protests extended into Thursday evening, with the protesters lighting bonfires in the CBD as members of Parliament continued voting for the controversial bill to sail through the second reading. Ben Kirui, Citizen TV, Nairobi.